Hello, 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 and welcome to the channel. We're reporting on two channels today. Tesla Dave, which is my channel, all about my love affair with Tesla. This is one of my Teslas here, the Model 3, the iconic design, first launched onto the UK market in 2017. This is my 2021 Model 3 Performance, which I've had for 4 years. Only done 20,000 miles, love it to bits. So much so that when I bought the Model Y recently, picture coming on screen now, I was meant to part exchange that, but couldn't quite bring myself to get rid of it, mainly probably because of all the memories. And so that's Tesla Dave. I'm also working here today for Taxi Talk, which is a UK channel for taxi drivers. So we're going to do a comparison between the Tesla and the BYD, Beyond Your Dreams. Is it really? Is it really beyond your dreams? Now, this is a Chinese Model 3, you could argue. As we'll do a walk around in a minute, there's many similarities to the Model 3 there. Shape, dimensions. But obviously this is from China. And some of you might put your noses up at Chinese-made models, but let me inform you that here in Europe, the Model 3 also comes from a plant in China. So actually, two Chinese manufactured cars here, one from a Chinese brand, Beyond Your Dreams. This is the BYD Seal, for those that don't have it in their markets. And this, obviously, no introduction, is the Tesla Model 3. So which one is best? Which one, from a driver's point of view, from the fun factor, from practicality, which one would you purchase? Obviously, it's a bit of an unfair comparison because this is obviously an older Model 3 and this is a 2025 model BYD. So we haven't got the Highlander here today, so a bit of an unfair comparison, but the basics are still there, the ingredients are still there. So we'll take a look at that. So let's dive into it. Let's take a look. So we're now here at the rear of the car. One thing I do like is this light bar going across, which obviously Tesla have now incorporated onto their Model Y. I think the design, well, if you do a comparison between the two, obviously again highlighting this is an older Model 3, I think they're pretty comparable. I think this is slightly better looking, although the trunk, the boot, not so much space in there. If we take a look in there, it's actually marginally smaller than the Tesla, and there's the litres up on screen at the moment. So, and as we'll take a walk around now around the vehicle. Yeah, I mean, it looks fantastic in black. The build quality is very good. You know, there's no overhangs. Paintwork is very good. It really is pitched very similar to the Model 3 as a premium saloon. I think the design at the front is outstanding. Possibly, again, better looking than the old fish face on the Tesla. Would I swap the Tesla Model 3 for a BYD? I'm not sure. But all round a very good looking, attractive car. And of course there's so much leg room here in the back. There really is. This is probably its main USP over the Model 3, is lots and lots of leg room, although not much support on the legs there, but very comfortable. Back in here, it's obviously got a lot of headroom for me. The only downside is the smaller trunk stroke boot at the back, but yes, I could see myself being chauffeured around in this, and this is one of the plus points if you're a taxi driver. The range is very similar to the Model 3, and in fact actually the unique thing with BYD is they manufacture their own batteries, so their battery technology is state of the art, and really is they were known for manufacturing batteries before they got into car production. So at the front of the car, the frunk as they call it, it's a very nice sealed off area, and even a little bit of storage there, a bit like you get on the Tesla. So yeah, that's very impressive. One thing I do like is I love these little covers for the charging port. Just keep the rain out and the wet out. Not really seen these on many vehicles. You certainly don't have them on the Tesla. So both cars have that premium look about them. Very similar in design, really. It's almost like they took the Model 3 and photocopied it and just made it a bit more design-led. Inside it's possibly a bit more traditional, so let's get in and have a look. It's less Tesla inside here. Well, the first thing you notice when you jump inside a BYD Seal is that unlike the Tesla, it's more like a traditional car. Obviously the Tesla is famous for its minimalistic design, and you know, it's taken away all the fluff and everything is centered around the screen here. Whereas here is more for the traditionalists. It's a lot going on in your steering wheel. You've got your usual, what you'd expect, door and seat adjustments online. You can open the glove box by handle rather than having to go on screen. You've got a traditional gear selector here in the center, rather than just on a stalk or on later models on the screen. So everything is where it should be. Plus you've got this rather nice display in front of you with the speed limiter and everything else. So, and one of the things I do like is this, the ability to switch the screens, where you've got your apps. You know, Apple CarPlay it has, Android, Google Android, so everything is there. It's a little bit laggy, but you know, it's fine. It does actually feel, the software feels like a cheap imitation of the Tesla software. And also it's like one of those screens, you know, you get when you buy you think you're getting a great TV off Temu for 99 quid, and you get there, it's a bit plasticky. And I wonder how many times the kids can do this before it starts breaking. I think that's more of a gimmick, because obviously when it's in that portrait mode, it's difficult to get your phones down there and everything. But as a gimmick, and there is a bit of a lag between there. The software isn't as good as Tesla's. It's not so easy to find things. Navigation isn't as good. The cruise control auto drive isn't as good. And I'm not sure about the software updates, whether they're as good as either. So overall, you'd pick the Tesla over a BYD on the software. And of course, Teslas, we all know, have built in that, got the software ready. It's just not, we haven't got the legislation for FSD, full supervised driving, here in Europe, or indeed the UK. But it's a nice place to be. It's very design led. It gives the impression, looking executive, there's some soft touches around the place. The seats are very nice, although a bit plasticky. You've got air vents in the seats. It's you know, a nice place to be. It's comfortable. On this particular model, there's not any lumbar support, but the seats are easily adjustable. Steering wheel's a nice position. It's a very similar position you're sitting at as you would do in a Model 3. As a taxi, yeah, it's very presentable. It's very cozy. It's well finished. There are some cheap bits. I mean, the gear selector looks like something you'd buy from Temu. So if we go to the rear view mirror now, you see, yeah, it's a bit Chinese, if I can say that. Yeah, it's more bits to fall off it, I suppose. But all in all, for the money you pay, it's not BMW quality, so it's not really that executive. But yeah, you get a lot for your buck here. Great sound system and so on. Very comparable to a Tesla Model 3. There's also plenty of storage in the center console here. So far, we've got a very premium feel for the money. excellent paint quality outside and panel alignment. It's a clean, elegant design with no fake vents around. I don't hate fake vents. Frameless doors, flush handles add to that premium feel. In comparison, the Tesla Model 3 is instantly recognizable design, which obviously they've paid homage to in the design of the BYD Seal here. Tesla, I think, has a sportier stance, especially from the rear, and obviously has strong resale values, and also is quite reliable. It comes about between 10 and 15 on reliability, whereas this is still unproven, as it's not been on the market that long. And the Tesla does win on technology. So all in all, very impressive. If compared to other models like a VW ID.7, I think this is a nicer environment to be. If you are thinking of going electric, it's not a bad vehicle, really. I think possibly it's maybe a bit unfair to compare it to a Tesla, and I think sometimes people are buying these just out of pure hate for Elon Musk. But if you take Beyond Your Dreams BYD as its own brand and forget the Tesla, I think you'd be very happy here. And of course, not everyone likes that sort of minimalistic interior. If you like clutter in your life, if you moved into your house 5 years ago and your garage is still full of crap, then and you enjoy that and you like having crap in your life, then this interior is for you, because a lot of this is not needed anymore. I prefer everything from the screen. It's quick and easy, and really this thing here does, the front panel here does feel a bit like some kind of cheap iPad you've bought for the kids that lasts 5 minutes before the screen smashes. But all in all, I'm quite impressed. So what we're going to do now is take it out for a drive and see how it drives compared to a Tesla. So, driving the BYD. Obviously, I want to hate it. I'm a Tesla fanboy. However, it is a very soft ride. I'd say it's a bit quieter in here than a Tesla. A better sound dampening, perhaps. Although I'm driving an older Model 3 and I believe the Highlander has more double glazing version of the Model 3. But the steering's lighter. It's a heavy vehicle, this, and seems to be very well planted. It's obviously not as quick as the performance model, but we're not doing a like-for-like comparison on terms of speed, because this isn't their performance model. But it sits there. It's like with a lot of Chinese cars, the steering wheel, you don't really feel that connected to the road. But that's from a driver's point of view. But if you like driving, but it's perfectly adequate. Steering is obviously quite light. The brakes feel a bit more squishy than the Tesla. Still responsive, but doesn't quite have the same bite. But we're just going on a motorway now, and it does feel well planted, and we'll try the cruise control now as well, and the adaptive cruise control. But all in all, sitting here quite comfortable, and I think you could certainly clock up the miles on this. I want to hate it. It's not a Tesla. It's like the Temu Tesla. However, if you take Tesla out of the equation, you'd be happy with this. You really would. You could live with this. It makes you wonder why people buy SUVs. There's plenty of space in the back to chug a load of passengers around. The only thing I'd say, I don't know whether it's this demo model that they've given me, but it has got a smell in it, like body odour. you know that some cars just retain a smell. This is one of those cars. You can smell people's lives in it. You know, from moments of anger to moments of passion to moments of stress. It's all there. But there's no obvious rattles. It feels quite solid and well built. I've got the power for overtaking should I need it. Yeah. It's not as sporty as the Tesla. But if you're using it as a taxi, happy days. The efficiencies on it is quite good. On the we'll go through the charging very shortly. But yeah, all in all, a very nice place to be as we drive. Does it put the smile on your face like a Tesla though? See, I'm doing that for my Tesla fan base. No, it doesn't. Would I buy one over a Tesla? To be honest, it lacks a bit of soul. It's a bit like when kids copy their favourite pop star or TikTok star. It's not quite the original, is it? It's not their own style. And this just feels like a replica, a very close replica. You know, because I'm comparing it like for like for Tesla, the Tesla is better. It has a better charging network, which is, you know, saves you a fortune. It has a better app. I mean, the software is the equivalent to iPhone, Apple. It's the top of its game, and the over-air updates on the Tesla are far superior. The software here is lacking. It's also lacking the FSD technology on this. But as a car, if you compare it to other models in the similar sort of class, I'd suggest this would win. And if you're not fussed about technology and you like all the gubbins that comes with this, you know, the traditional shift knob there, the bits on the steering wheel, and you like clutter, and you like to have things more of an analog than a digital base, then this is the car for you. You know, if you're still sending faxes and still using email, I suppose, still making phone calls, if you're still doing your shopping rather than having it delivered, then this is the car for you. If you don't like the modern age, this is the car for you. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know, a taster menu. It's introducing you to some of the tech, but not all of the tech. But, you know, if I'm a taxi driver, I've got my taxi driver hat on, I've got my passengers in the back, I know they've got legroom, I know they're comfortable, I've managed to squeeze some of their luggage in the back and in the front, I think they'd be quite happy. But so, for churning up motorway miles, we're sitting here quite happy. But what's it like on more twisty roads? So, active cruise control seems to be working fine. It's following the Ford van in front of me very well. So far, no pings and pongs. It's not screaming at me to put my hands on the steering wheel. It just gives me a gentle warning on the screen. Yep, it does everything as it should. So as we hit the country lanes, yeah, this definitely feels heavier. The Tesla feels more responsive on its steering. It feels lighter than this. This wallows a little bit. It's more of a cruiser than something that you can whack around British B roads in the middle of winter. It's yeah. It does feel a lot heavier, But as I say, planted.
School zone ahead.
Yeah, the Tesla is definitely more engaging than this is. This doesn't put a Tesla smile on your head, or on your face even, maybe on the head. This doesn't put a smile on your face, but it's a great motorway cruiser. So if you just want to get to A to B in a bit of style, then, or drop your passengers off at Heathrow Airport, then this is fine. But it doesn't have any soul like a Tesla has. And don't forget those important charging networks that Tesla has that can save you a fortune. They really do. But as we drive on this wet day today, yeah, it feels like it's sticking to the road. No problem at all. I must admit, this is I'm quite happy to be in this. It's a good looking car, lots of room. I'd be happy picking passengers up in this. Now it has got a little bit of oomph, not Tesla oomph, but yeah, it's got a nice bit of grunt there. A lot quieter than my Model 3. You just hear the tyre noise and that's it. If you like the gimmick of the rotating screen, oh, that's good. Although I believe I did hear a rumour they've stopped doing that because some of the apps don't work because they've got to go from like horizontal to sort of portrait to landscape. And the infotainment, it doesn't have such great over-air updates. There are some reports in some of the groups about it crashing. But the plus side, it does have Apple Pay and Android. However, Tesla software is that good, and you do have apps on there like Spotify, YouTube and so on, that you don't really need Apple CarPlay on a Tesla. The navigation is excellent, and of course you use that to tell you when you need to charge up and everything. So it really does take away that stress, that range anxiety. So I'd pick the Tesla on the software for 100% sure on that. So we're back now. We've had our little drive. We've taken it on the motorway. We've taken it down country lanes. We've whacked it around those country lanes. And overall, I'm very impressed with the Beyond Your Dreams BYD. It really is a great car and would make a great chauffeur car, taxi car, family car, you name it. If Tesla was in the market, I'd have that all day long. But it really isn't as much fun as my old Tesla there, which for me, I can swing that around the corners and things. But not just that, there's also the fuel efficiency side. So let's just get in the car because it's absolutely paying it down here and crunch those numbers about efficiency. Oh, it's nice, nothing more cozier than being in a car on a wet winter's afternoon, just as the darkness comes in. We managed to shoot this video, believe it or not, with very limited light. We're almost at the shortest day of the year. So anyway, BYD, as I say, nothing wrong with this car. It really is a great buy if you're thinking about having it as a taxi. Bit more comfortable than the Tesla, so that's why I say as a taxi, minicab, ride-hailing vehicle, it's great. The only thing to bear in mind that as the future goes to more self-driving, FSD, then a taxi driver, chauffeur might appreciate the better technology in the Tesla, so you can literally just sit at the wheel and let it do it, because as yet this is unproven. And we know that's obviously Elon Musk's thing, isn't it? FSD, robo-taxis, cybercabs. But anyway, let's just break down the stats. So the BYD Seal Design Edition, which this is and can charge up to 11 kilowatts at home. So that's approximately 13 hours to charge this thing, as opposed to the Tesla Model 3 long range rear wheel drive, which is the equivalent model, which is also 11 kW AC charging at home, and that would take approximately 12.5 hours on a 7.4 kilowatt home charger. So every day, both cars are broadly the same, really. When it comes to rapid charging, the Seal, this car has a 150 kilowatt battery, and the Tesla would have a DC rate of 250. So typically that would take 15 minutes in a Tesla and 26 minutes in this car. So get speedier charging there in the Tesla. So obviously Tesla system gives you consistently higher charging speeds, particularly here in the cold UK. So energy efficiency, BYD Seal design, this edition, approximately 280 WH per mile, which is a real world average, opposed to the Tesla, which is 219 WH per mile. This means the Tesla usually is roughly 20 to 25% less electricity used per mile. So that's up to 25% less electricity per mile, making it cheaper to run overall, especially when using rapid chargers. So in the real world driving range, so this would approximately, same claim range to 354, reality that would be 290 to 300. Tesla long range, our rear wheel drive is claiming 460, approximately 350 to 370. Okay, so let's focus on that. So if you focus on charging speeds, efficiency, long distance usability, the Tesla Model 3 wins. It's the stronger option. It charges faster at DC rapid charges, plus cheaper with the Tesla network, and it's significantly more efficient per mile. The BYD obviously remains competitive on price and specification, but for frequent motorway driving, high mileage users, the Tesla retains a clear advantage and charging and performance. So that's if you're worried about charging performance, but that's up to you. BYD overall, it has no self-driving roadmap at the moment. The infotainment system isn't as polished, it's lacking still, and it's a very basic app that you get with it. Obviously the Tesla wins. It's a firmer ride. If you like minimalistic interiors, I'd go for that, but it's not for everyone. If not, go for this. I like the fact everything's controlled on screen. I find this like just clutter, but you might be different, you might be old school. So overall, sorry, the horn's just going there. The BYD is a very impressive electric saloon. It's comfortable, well built, apart from the mirror earlier we saw, well priced. However, Tesla still leads on the software, autonomy, long-term ownership experience, and if you want comfort and familiarity, if you want to feel like you're just slipping on an old pair of boots, then BYD's for you, because there's nothing groundbreaking new about the way of the layout, and so it's not a disruptor like Tesla was. I mean, it's a testament to Tesla really that the Model 3 has been out now since 2017 and is still at the top of its game. But so if you want future-proofing, cutting-edge technology, go for the Tesla. If you want comfort, an old pair of comfy slippers and lots of room in the back, go for the BYD. But there really is just a hair whisker between the two of them. If it depends how you rate your vehicle. If you go for design, overall I think this is a better looking car, if I'm honest. It's just not as fun to drive. But there you go, that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you very much to the taxi centre up in Scotland for letting me borrow this car for a couple of days. I've always wanted to have a go. I've been really impressed, to be honest, but I'm still Tesla Dave for my fan base, and but yeah, I've enjoyed driving it. Until next time, talk to you soon.
Bye.